last night, but you can still land. You can still land your helicopter. Oh, come on. It's there. There we go. Oh. Hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Patterson, taking the train to the bed. Well, as usual, even if I go out, blah, 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 I had one drink, margarita. I was doing, you have to understand, officially, I'm official, I'm a margarita marketer. Wherever I go to on the planet, I'm supposed to at least have one margarita in the area. Now in Oroville, there's no bars and no drinking, nothing like that. But last night, I went, I stayed at a place where, the guest house I stay in, this woman sort of gifted it, she gifted it to a band, an up-and-coming band. They're really good. And then, so this sort of, how do you say, supports them, the guests, whatever, they have to sustain the house, and maybe a little bit of money, extra money comes in and sort of supports the band. But they have another property way up there in Oroville where the band stays, and it's also another kind of, more rougher, more like situation. Anyway, that's not the point. So they were doing a gig. I saw them when I first came, that first night, or the first night, I saw them, they were playing at the youth thing here in Oroville. And they were really good. I said, well, I like them. I got some ideas. And then I hadn't seen them, but then they were playing in Pondicherry last night. So I said, well, let me go see them in a setting, So I went there, Interesting night, Oh, by the way, this is a Grand Rising report. This is why I'm talking like this, is because I have to give a report about what happened in the last, let's say 24 to 48 hours. This is what Grand Rising report is, because soon is going to be sunrise. We're in blue. Oh yeah! Shout out to Blue Light Brigade. We're in blue light. So, actually, what I need to do this because I'm talking to the Blue Light Brigade, because Blue Light Brigade, we have responsibilities. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't do my stretching with exercises, but I wasn't dancing last night either. So I don't know this exercise thing. I better get on. I think after this, I got some time before I go to my treatment. So maybe I need to, maybe I should do that. Plus, my legs are feeling much better. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's not the point. Blue Light Brigade. So I'm reporting to you. In fact, let me give you a nostalgic report. Dancing, clubbing, whatever it is, whatever you call it. See, I'm not much of a, let me put it this way. For one time in the 90s, for my birthday, I was living in Delray Beach, Florida, right? And the guy, sort of copy it. Okay, here we go. I came to Florida, had nothing. I mean, nothing. I drove there's this thing where you used to be able to drive a car down to Florida for the people, the snowbirds that would fly down. They would meet their car down there. It wouldn't, you wouldn't get paid. But then again, basically it wouldn't cost you anything, So I got down there. I didn't know anybody. I got some contact, whatever have you. And the first night, some people put me up, whatever have you. But now I knew. This is where, black culture comes in handy. I knew that maybe I got there on a Tuesday, maybe even a Wednesday, whatever. I knew that if I went, I think a Tuesday, when I went to a black church, they have Wednesday, usually have whatever. I knew that if I just went to a black church, I could get some contact, right? So I went to a black church, right? And there was a young guy there we met, and we talked, and I said, well, They said, well, my aunties, they might have a place you can stay there for free, right? So I went. So he took me to his auntie, and it was out. They had this little house, little southern house. Let's put that. This is Delray Beach, Florida. And then it was like almost like a veranda with almost like 2 rooms outside of the thing. It's back in the day, black people. It's like in Africa. If you go to Africa, supposedly if you go to the city, that people, they always have a room for you someplace. I learned this in Dakar, Senegal, right? They asked me. They said, "How come that was in the 90s, I guess." They said, "Well, how come we don't understand you black Americans? You come and you spend your time in this, in a French hotel, and give them the money. But in the cities, we always have a room because we have relatives from the country that have to come. So we always have. That makes sense. But anyway, that's not the point. Let me get back to what was happening. So that's where I stayed. Had no money, had no job, right? And they had a grapefruit tree. So basically, for 3 weeks, I ate grapefruits. I'm serious. I'm talking about no money, right? I'll tell you about that some other time about the poetry and how I went from nothing to whatever. Another time in my life, I have these times in my life where I go there and then nothing, and I sort of build back up. This has happened like 3 or 4 times in my life. I can't explain this to you. It's just my ways. Anyway, back to the question I said last night. So there, when my birthday came, he wanted to take me out for my birthday, so he wanted to take me to a strip club. Now we're in Delray Beach. Delray Beach is up from what's called. We're in Delray Beach is Palm County. Then you have Broward County, and then Miami-Dade, whatever it is. Anyway, so we went down to this. It was like the top. It was like the top of I guess the bottom of Broward County. And it's outside Miami Beach. It's right up there. It was a strip club. Now no, that's not true. I hadn't been to a strip club. My brother took me to a strip club, and actually it's more than a strip club. My older brother, my younger brother had just gotten out of jail, so my brother wanted to take us all out. So we went to the place in Brooklyn, right? I ain't never been to it. That was funny, because as we go in, he got a checklist, and so my brother went in first, and then me and my younger brother was coming together, and the guy had to pat us down. The guy said something to him. My brother said, "Hey, I'm a punk. I go, oh Lord, oh no," because my younger brother's like professional criminal. Like I said, oh please, let's not have anything happen. So he was just talking, we went in, right? And like I said, this was the 90s. Maybe this was the early 90s. No, this was the 80s. I take this back. This was the 80s. Oh. Anyway, we was in this club in Brooklyn, and people were having sex on stage. It was the act with them. When I say sex, I mean real boinking on stage. I'm going like, all right, never been like that. So I'm always cool with things like that. I'm not into it, right? Anyway, so let me skip forward. So we had that. So the brothers, my blood brothers, we were out. And let's go back to the 90s. So this guy took me out for my birthday at this strip club. I forgot the name. It was something with some X's that fell off, so they called it something XXX. I forgot, whatever. I can tell you this: the football team, they had a championship in the area, whatever. And then the next year they didn't go back. But then the next year after that, they had the Super Bowl. They had a Super Bowl again in that area. I said, I know why they're there, because this was a unique strip club. I think this is before the strip clubs really blew up as strip clubs. I'm not really sure. All I know is, went in there, and this waitress, everybody was completely naked, walking around, whatever. And so you have to understand, I mean, am I a contrarian? I'm just not into, how can I say, I'm not into blatancies. Yeah, I'm not into blatancies. If you're going to be blatant, I'm like a sort of guy. You got to be suave, you know what I mean? You got to be chill. You got to be, I don't know, I can't explain. You know what I mean? I come from a generation where we don't be pulling on the women as they come in, like cavemen and stuff like that. We got to, hey baby, you don't even say, hey baby, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 and you got to have your rap game on, and usually you don't even, I won't say approach, but you wait for the eye signal, you wait for this, or my modus operandi, especially for me, I remember one time I was I'm sorry, I have to go off. This is important. It's called important to me. I was in the Air Force. I was in my barracks. I was laying down. I said, I gotta have some sex tonight. That's what I said to myself. So I got out, went to the NCO club, just danced on the dance floor. Sure enough, a woman came up to went back to the barracks, boinked all night. She was in Cinnamon. She took her back to Cinnaminson, New Jersey. She gave me the clap, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, right, I have a rap game, but I think most of my rap game is more reputation. Because if I get on the dance floor and you see me dancing, you're going to have an interest. The fact that this happened, let's go to Mexico right now. I was at a conference, and I heard this later. A friend of mine told me, he said, I was on the dance floor, I was dancing, whatever happened. And another woman said to this other woman, said, I want him. And sure enough, under the waterfall, it was very nice. Anyway, that's not the point. So so I went to this club. Last night, and we're in Pondicherry. We're in the French part of Southern Africa. Telling the dude in Pondicherry. It's nice because they close the beach off. It's like this beach walk, and all the clubs are there. It's very nice. Went down there and saw this band right there. So now I'm the old man in the thing. I don't go to clubs because I don't want to be that old man in the corner, right? So I go down there. I get in just as the band I want to see. This band here, Gowwli. I can't pronounce it. Gowwli. That's the name of the band. It means like those geckos that walk around. It's a good band. They're a rock band, but they're really, really good. I came in, they had a number, and then I was just sort of walking. I came in because I'm the old man. I got my other. They're very deferential. They were very deferential. I got this one, then I walked over this other thing, and I'm just standing there, and this couple of guys were sitting. The woman was sitting on the chair like a little high chair. They talked to each other, and they moved in this so I could sit down on this one chair. So I said, oh, no, they insisted, so I sat there. So I had a good view of the band, and then they were playing a number. Then they played this number, it was like reggae infused. I really liked it. I got to tell them, hey man, you got to expand on that. It was a really good. It was rock, but it's like a reggae infused kind of thing. And the band has a presence. It's like a lead guitar, rhythm guitar, bass guitar, and drum. Drummer is amazing. I guess he's the lead guitar. He's amazing. The bass guy is the one that talks. It sounds like the Beatles on it. And the lead guitar, he's fantastic too. They're a really good band. If you ever Gowwli. Look, don't worry about it. I took a picture of the post. I'll put it up. Anyway, that's not the point. So I really enjoyed it. And then when you get in the club, they gave you, I think I paid like 1,000 rupees, but they give you a thing. I have 1,000 rupees credit, I guess, I go in there, but I didn't. I just had it in my pocket. So after the band was coming to the end thing, I went in the back. I met another guy in the guest house, but that's here in the guest house. He's here with his wife and his young toddler, right? And they're sitting all the way in the thing, which is interesting. These clubs here, and I saw another little kid in the club. So I guess, and then it's attached to a hotel, so I guess you can bring your child in the club. I don't know. Expose them early, I suppose. So I sat back with them. Oh, I got a margarita. That's why I started this out, because I'm a margarita marketer. Me and my margarita marketer buddy, my brother, Ian and Cape. See, but Ian, he travels around more because he's got his job. So he gets to market, he gets to test more margaritas than I do because I'm not a drinker anyway, you know what I mean? And the only thing I will drink is margaritas. Anyway, so I got to do a margarita there. So I'm back on the job. See, I'm back on the job. My responsibilities was done all these months, Anyway, but then I'm getting to New York. Well, I'm getting to the East Coast in a couple of months. So I guess I got to, somewhere around there, I got to do a little margarita testing there. But I'll be back on the corner. Let me go back to Florida. So was that this thing? Okay, great. So I'm done with that, right? Now, the best club situations, if I can say it like that, I'm not just talking about, I'm not talking about house dancing club. That's something different, like that. Oh, there it is. Sunrise. Oh, here we go. Okay, everybody, we're going to breathe through our nose and take another short breath and then breathe out. Ready, Ray? Welcome to the dawn. Well, the dawn is done. Welcome to a new day, right? Okay. So I'm just talking. It came to me last night that every generation has their thing, but things don't really change, So I was thinking, well, what's the best clubbing situations I've ever had? Well, to tell you the truth, 3 of them were in Mexico. One time in Mexico, I was dancing. The place was packed. We were dancing. It was like it was a DJ music, and I started to do this hand kind of thing, and then everybody around started to do the hand kind of thing. It was good. I still remember the spot. Okay, so that's one thing. Another time, this is when I was hanging with Beatrice. Beatrice is just striking. That's what, how would you say? She's Jamaican. She was working in Mexico, but she's like, best way I can, she's stacked. She's banging. She's got the when I first noticed her, I noticed her. I'm not gonna get into it. The point is that she's statuesque, brick house, whatever. You know what I mean? So we started hanging out, right? here we go clubbing all over the place like that. One club we couldn't get in because in Mexico, at least that time, there's a strata. Even though we were dressed nice, whatever have you, but we were black. We weren't up there. It wasn't even about being black. It's like they have a thing where you grow up this club. This was way outside of Mexico. Like way outside. She's based in Mexico City, where we would every weekend we would Zoom someplace else. Anyway, and they wouldn't let us in the club because first they didn't know us, but it was like a club where I won't say the elite, but these people they all grew up in the same kind of thing. It's like it's a class thing. It's not a race thing. It's a class thing. Anyway, so going like okay, won't have us, right? So leave that alone. Now, this is a fairly interesting experience. But there's a friend of mine's, Alejandro. But anyway, Sandita and her husband, right? Her husband never goes out. So because we was there, we went out to a club. So the two couples, Sandita, Fernando, myself, and Beatrice. We go to this club, and Beatrice had the thing because she's an investment banker. Right? She talks to a major deal, whatever it is, slipped a little money. We got tables right there next to the dance floor. In Mexico at the time, I don't know if they used to it, they would have a big band. When I say a band, it's like over 10 pieces, playing the whole, like 12, 16-piece band. They would play live music, right? And then they would take a break, but the DJ would come on, so you have a DJ, okay? So we were on the floor, and I forgot to tell you, I can salsa. Very good salsa. Anyway, and Beach was going to dance, and the freaked out for fun. He was, he never goes out, he never club, but they want to dance for too. But he doesn't really dance a lot. And I'm up here, I'm dancing, and I got Santina and Beatrice, and we're dancing. I'm dancing together and doing one like that. So the place is saying, "Whoa, what is this?" So at some particular point, I go to the loo. I take a break. And this is the DJ is now on. I go to the loo. When I come back, Beatrice is on the floor with some Mexican guy. No, it's no biggie, right? And he's dancing. And she did something. I'm telling you, I just came back. I don't know what I don't know if I don't know what was with her, but she was dancing with this guy. It was freestyle thing. I can't explain it. Let me just say. So she's dancing. I'm not going to do it, but she's dancing, right? She's dancing, and he's trying to, they're dancing. It's a freestyle, right? She spins around. Goes into a split and comes back up. I'm going like, oh man. The guy was stunned. He was stunned, right? And here's the trick. If she did that to me, I'm capoeira trained. If she did that to me, I would have just did a Howard Shahai or something like that. I mean, you're not going to show me up. I don't care who you are. You're not going to show me up on the dance floor, right? That's the way it is. But that didn't. Anyway, so we danced a little bit more. Then when we was leaving, you could see the people was just, whoa. I think we even got a little applause from to leave the club. Anyway, so that was the thing. Now the other thing, two more. Mexico was unbelievable. There was this club I went to, and the clubs are so intergenerational. I can't explain it, but intergenerational. And I kid you not, there was an older woman there, and the young guys were lined up to dance because it's salsa, it's real dance. It's not this, drink. No. You have no drinks on the floor. You dancing, right? This was an older. I wouldn't see past middle-aged lady, very nicely dressed, and the young men were lined up to dance with her. It was amazing. I ain't never seen nothing like it. So she must have had a reputation that she must have been like the best dancer or whatever. I didn't line up. I wasn't going to do it. But salsa, whatever it is. So that's another thing, another experience, right? At another club, again, the same crew, it was like a big ballroom kind of thing. I remember the band was far away. We was at a table, and I was dancing as usual. A lot of times when I'm dancing, people think I'm from Cuba, or I think I'm from another country. They don't know where I'm from because at the time, I should neglected to mention this. I had locks. I had locks at the time, so very distinctive. Anyway, I'm dancing on the floor, whatever, picnic. Some guy comes to our table, and he says that another guy from another table wants to dance with me. Now this is Mexico. Yeah, I can't explain the culture, but it's sort of different. Now I don't. I mean, no homo, no shade, nothing like that. Dancing is dancing to me. I don't know. But I just wasn't going to dance with no dude because who was going to lead? I don't know. I don't know the dude. Da, da, da. So I said, no, I declined, whatever it is, like that. So all I'm trying to say is different cultures have different things, and different club experiences. Now, my best experience has always been in house music. You know, the shelter when it was the shelter, not the club shelter, Timmy Registry, that whole kind of thing. But I will tell you this: there was one experience I had at SOBs. This was amazing. SOBs is this Sounds of Brazil SOB in New York, down on Varick Street, wherever down there, right? And right by the train station, and just around the housing street. Don't worry about it. So and the way the thing is set up, the stage is over there. Then there's like some area and some steps that you go up, and then the bar or something over there. I happen to be standing near the top of the steps. You know, you can go past whatever have you, but the place is crowded because everybody's now watching whoever's performing. This is live performance, and it happened to be that time it was Will Downing and Rochelle Farrell. A lot of times they would sing together. Will Downing, Rochelle Farrell, they're still around. You know, great singers, great singers. Some they're watching, they're singing their song, and I happened to be surrounded with some people. Surrounded. Whatever they were singing, these folks surrounding me. I'm in a sort of like in the middle. It's kind of, I don't know how I had that. They were singing they were singing background to whatever Will and Rochelle were singing. And I'm going like, whoa. So it's almost like, I can't explain it. So they're singing, and I'm hearing these folks are singing background. That's what I'm saying. So it was an experience like I'm hearing them, and I'm hearing a live background just for me in the background. After it was all over, I asked them, I said, well, they were like gospel people, but they didn't know each other. They knew the song, but there was like at least 3 different churches or people from different, anyway, it was a fantastic experience. So this is my clubbing experience, and last night was a great clubbing experience, and I just had to report, this was a Grand Rising report, I just had to report to you, first time I was out, I'm probably not going to be going out. I'm here to heal. I'm not here to party or to enjoy. I guess I enjoy myself. Doesn't matter. I'll talk to you another time. Be well.